One more bucket. Your choice. All right? If it's up and over, I want it to hit into the bucket. If it's in here, I want it to hit into the net at the bottom. I'm just getting rid of these balls. These are indoor balls. That right foot, drop it all the way back so you can get a full swing on it. Putting a lot of wrist. Let me jump in here just for a second. So you're hitting a lot of wrist at the end of it instead of softening. And I don't mind if they don't go over right now, but we gotta start getting close. We gotta soften that shot up a little bit to where it's right there. You know, and finishing the whole swing. When we go right for that middle section, you know, and it's a half a step and up. All right? Half a step and up. Not a full hard swing. It's just almost my core, instead of my wrist and my arm doing it, my core is doing 90% of that swing. It's forcing me. This movement is doing 90% of the swing. Swing around, you do forehand. There you go. Perfect. A lot of arm. Hey Nick, do me a favor, turn that off just for a second. That was a good ball. One more, I'm gonna have him turn it off. Do me a favor, set up like this and simply move, yeah. Just use it to move the paddle instead of using your arm to move the paddle for a second. If we add that to that motion and then finish with our arm, it's going to soften the whole thing up, and it's much more controlled because it's going to take us, it's going to use our core is going to make that shot happen instead of our arm making it happen. And that's what's happening right now. You've got a good forehand stroke, but you're putting too much power on it. If we just use our core, it's going to slow down that whole motion. It's also going to allow us to last longer because we're not always using just these small muscles here. We're using the big muscles in our core to soften that ball up. All right? Core, core, core. It normally takes about 30 seconds for it to get wound up enough to go.
Should have a light.
Core. between shots. Oh, sorry, between shots, make this motion. So you get used to making this motion. Yeah, actually set up all the way open up here. Don't worry about the ball just for a second. Put this foot parallel to the line. Don't worry about the ball. Set yourself up parallel to the line and just do this, Jan. Start back here and come through. Don't even worry about the ball. Don't worry about that ball at all. Don't even hit it. I want you to go ahead and do this. Don't worry about the ball at all. Just come back here, come back, and then forward. See, the difference is you're doing this with your arm and your shoulder. I want my core. Put the paddle right in front of you. Hey, turn it off. Yeah, right in front of you, and just move your body and move back forward. Still want to do arm. Don't use your arm at all. Hold it right there, right in the center, and forward.
Part of this is the back does not like it.
Okay, doesn't like it at all. All right, that's a limitation we got to work with. I got you. Try your backhand.
Huh?
The other side okay better?
Yeah, probably.
Again, not as much arm. Let's take some drops doing backhand. All right? Because to be honest with you, I love a ball coming to my backhand here. Because that's a shot I can repeat every time, and it's the same a little bit of core there. So let's try to take a backhand just for a second. I'm going to point it this way. That's a question I should have asked at the beginning. Is there any limitation that you had? You know, he's got a bad back on that side, so it's tough to turn that core that way. So as much as we're comfortable using our back to move that ball in. Here they come. I like it, Jan. A little softer.
A little flicky there.
Yeah, you're a little flicky because you're still set up a little, very closed. Try to get a little bit of. There you go. You'll get a little cut on that ball, a little natural backspin. That's perfect. Nothing wrong with that ball. Nothing wrong with that ball either. Take a little step a little closer to me. There you go, right there. Yeah, it's rentable. And yep. And then the first time you use it, you get an hour with us, and then we sign you off that you can use it whenever you want.
Oh.
It's $30 an hour.
Okay.
It's a great tool.
I bet it is. So it shoots it out. You try to hit it between the.
Yeah, we're trying to keep everybody out of that no-go zone. Get those balls down a little bit.
Yeah, the spike zone.
Yep, badminton zone. There you go. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
I use that word a lot.
Yours?
Yeah.
A81, you've earned it. So, hey, Nick, do me a favor. Swing it back over on this side for me. Try using the backhand over here for a second. Yeah? A little softer. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. All right, after this, you hit this one backhand, switch over to the forehand. Now switch to your forehand and hit one hard, just hard down the middle. Hit the next couple of these hard down the middle. There you go. Now switch to your backhand and drop it into the kitchen. You scared them to death, they didn't hit it over, do you? There you go. Now swing to your forehand and hit it hard. Nice. Last one, backhand to drop it. I'm not 100% sure. I would maybe go that direction a little bit.
Do more backhand?
Maybe a little back. You have a little more control in your backhand, and definitely it's something I should have asked earlier. If you've got some sciatic and some toughness on that back going that way.
I had all lumbar spine laminectomy.
All right, so that makes it tough to make that movement. But when you hit hard, you got a 80-year tennis forehand. That ball you kept plenty low. Everyone was underneath where it was a problem, right? Yeah. They weren't up there. So that's your forehand, and you could kind of pick where you're going. You know, if you want to do that to that drop, there's nothing wrong with coming here and hitting that softer backhand. You know, that may give you a little more control. You know, especially if we're dealing with the limitation.
Now, when they're receiving serve, there'll be one guy already up there.
Exactly.
This guy, let's say, this guy is up and that guy's back receiving. Do I want to try to catch him coming in?
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Okay.
No, if I said the new rules for pickleball would be the people that were not serving both of them got to stand at that line, we'd all say that wasn't fair. But then we're back here playing and we know we got one guy at the line, then we hit to him, which gives the other guy all the time in the world to get up there. And then we're both back here, they're both up there, and it isn't fair. We end up losing that point. So anytime the person's back, we want to keep them back because we want to get ourselves up there to where my partner and I are both at the line.
Now,
as soon as
charging in, do I want to go over his head then?
You know,
or you don't like the lob?
Well, here's my issue with the lob. Until you can get, again, I'm a 51% guy, right? Okay. Till I can get it in more than half of the time, I think it's an ineffective shot. There are a couple of people, and I can name them in this building, out of the 500 people that regularly play, that can get their lob in consistently. You know, those people I tend to, I'll give them a little space because I know Betty is going to lob me. I know Bobby Demoski is going to lob me. Anybody else tries to lob me, go right ahead. You know, because you aren't getting 51% of them in. You know, so I'm going to win half those points without even having to hit the ball. You know, I like, you know, if I happen to find myself caught back here and they're both at the line and for some reason I'm not comfortable dropping it in front of them, maybe I'll try a lob, but I got to tell you that I think I'm a good player I have a hard time getting the lob in. Generally, one of two things happens. It goes out, or they take one step back and they smack it back at me. So the shot I've got to find is either that hard drive, which makes a rebound that I can go up and take, or I've got to be able to work on, like what you're already doing, getting that ball in front of them. Anytime the ball has to bounce, I was in control of that shot. So being able to get that third shot, fifth shot, 12th shot into the non-volley zone starts to make a difference. All right? It's nice to have someone who understands that should be part of the game. And there are differences in the different areas because, down south, you get it. If you can't play up there, you're not playing. Up here, it's a rare occurrence to find that person that is doing that until you get up to the real high 4 or 5 plus levels, because it's all badminton.
And last question, when I'm serving, I just want to go, if I'm serving to this court, I
Yep.
kind of want to be here,
As
serve,
deep as possible. Yep.
but not going for corners or low percent.
Yeah, low percentage doesn't win. I like the idea, and I've seen you serve. You do want to be able to move your serve around a little bit, but not to the point where I'm aiming for the corner. I want to generally go for one side or the other. The most effective serve to me is that body serve, right as deep as possible, dead square, because this is a shot that I can hit. This is a shot I can hit. This ball that's right at me, generally all I can do is just put it back over. I'm not really with any purpose doing anything with it, so I like serving right at the person's body because they've got to get a forehand, they've got to move. I want them moving back because I don't want them serving, I don't want them up at the line. I want them back as far as possible.
Is that true time or is that an hour ahead?
It's an hour ahead.
Good.
It's an hour. It's 9:30.
Good.
So aiming for a line, aiming for the middle line on a serve is like aiming for the outline. You can only miss it by a quarter inch and it's out. And all these guys that want to do these fancy double spin back behind their back serves.
Ron, you called over and he said he gave that up, but this morning he was back.
Was he back trying to? I don't know why. I mean, because he's got, watch yourself. When he hits it, he can hit the corner with it, and no one can get to it.
Yeah.
The problem is he hits 1 out of 8, and I win 7 points, and the other one he gets to celebrate. I'll take the 8 that I didn't celebrate, but I won the game because of it. And you got guys that want to come across it and it's a big spin. You're not acing anybody out here.
No, there's no aces in this.
No.
Well, Ryan,
It's a mistake.
He
Yeah.
hits it every once in a while.
But the other 5 that hit the net and the other 3 that go out, to me that's a reverse ace. You hit your serve out, I aced you, right? You hit your serve in the net, you didn't get a point. The only way you can get a point in this game currently is by serving in. Cool?
Do I have to go online to sign up for next Wednesday, or you want to just write it in?
I'll write you in.
Write
I'll write you in. Yep.
And you're going to send me some kind of link?
Yeah, I'll send you a link.
I'm not sure I want to watch all that, but I need to.
You'll be surprised. The thing that, especially if you're a visual learner, right?
That's the only way I learn.
You'll see the balls that you were half volleying, and you'll see the balls, and you'll remember. Wait a second, that felt like it was a good shot, and then you can see it. Your brain will start remembering. Okay, that's the shot that feels like I'm doing the right thing with
When I
it.
learned to ski, I had to have vision. I couldn't learn. The guy couldn't just show me. I needed to see my feet.
I completely understand. Completely understand. That's
From
why I
here
do this.
on, Lessons, you just determine what you want to teach me from here. on.
Generally, what I try to do, unless it's a clinic with 5 or 6 people, that'll be a general overall lesson. I'll talk about 3 or 4 different things and work on those there. I really like the one-on-one or the one-on-2 where we're working on something
Get more
specific.
for your money.
Yeah, absolutely, because not
They have
everybody.
other problems, and
Yeah, and I get 8 people out here. You need to work on the third shot. They need to work on a serve. I don't have a backhand, but he does. All of a sudden, I'm teaching to the middle, and that never
I
works.
can do any afternoon. I've got mornings tied up, kind of. Well, like Tuesday and Thursday, I'm free all day. But most afternoons, I'm available. Or,
I'm here except for Friday, I'm generally here every afternoon, and that's the ideal time to do it.
Better time to do it.
Yeah, well, Wednesday mornings has always been lesson, all day Wednesday's lessons until later in the evening. I just opened it up to Aurora, and obviously it worked this morning. we weren't having anybody in on Wednesdays, but I'll always have a court for lesson on Wednesdays, and any day mid-afternoon is ideal for it as well.
So you'll just tell me when you want me there.
Yep.
And, I've got a few doctor's appointments and things. And this eye thing is still a work in progress.
All right.
What time's the big guy get started?
Around 11.
11?
Yep. I got Merrill here in a minute.
What are you working on him? Just out of
Yeah, he's got all the shots. It becomes repetition and practice. He's certified to coach as well. So I'm trying to convince him to, give up his firefighter life. He's here anyway.
Yeah.
And we need more people because more people are wanting to do this. So he's kind of getting really super comfortable with that. And we all have stuff we got to work on.
Yeah.
So he's working on that touch shot as well. This shot is the difference in the game. Being able to hit it when you want to is the difference in the game.
I'd say most of these are bangers out here.
Yeah, absolutely.
They all bang.
Absolutely.
And that you may have to work with me. I try to learn.
Well, the only way that I get these people become not bangers is when more people become being able to combat it.
Give them a shot.
When they don't give them a shot. DJ got so mad yesterday because, actually, Monday night, there's Doug Cox is in here, a very good player, and there's these two guys, that racquetball players, right? And they want to hit hard, and they've been beating everybody, and they were over there talking, we want better competition. I said, well, you want, I'll hold you out, drop in with Doug, right? They said, okay, and I didn't tell them anything else. I said, I'm just going to have them with Doug. So I said, okay, guys, you're up, and I grabbed my paddle, and I know Doug can play that soft ball, right? So literally is 11-1. We never hit a ball hard once. We put everything in front of them. Every ball they hit hard, we dropped back in front of them. And there was they got so out of control that we had a couple drives down the lines. And they walked off and said, it took like 4 minutes. They were like, what happened? I said, that's what happens when you have two people on the other side of the court that can put the ball wherever they want it. We could hit it hard when we needed to, but most of the time you don't. And you guys wanted to stand at that baseline, hitting these hard racquetball shots that works against
3-5 maybe, but not.
Yeah.
Not
No.
above that.
Nope. That's it.
All righty, we'll go
right.
teach you. And
All right. Cool.
I'll see you whenever.
All right.
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. Let's start next Wednesday. All right.
I can be in the morning or whatever. So
Okay.
will there be? You'll have one court like just for you and me. Then,
Yep.
Next
Yep.
Wednesday.
Yep.
And I thought it was like 50 or 60 bucks. Mine
Technically, what did it hit you for?
24.
Yeah.
That right?
That's the secret. All right, because they pay me the same. That's the secret. Sign up for the clinic, it's only 24 bucks. Sign up for a private lesson, it's like 70 bucks. So do the clinic.
But it's going to be 101.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
you'll put me down for that.
Yep.
Or you'll. Okay.
Yep. All right.
And you'll. Thank you much.
Cool. Meryl, you don't have COVID.
Not yet.
That was funny because